Swiger, man, welcome to A Million Roses.
What's happening, y'all? Good to be here, man. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Straight up, man. Plaques on the wall, new studio, man. You been getting to it, dog.
Yeah.
Just talk about that a little.
Yeah, man. I appreciate everybody been rocking with us from the early ages. Yeah, man. We got in here about last year. We've been here. March will be a full year. In the process, building it up, still getting it how we want it, but got the plaques on the walls, like you said. Fredo Bang, Hardaway lately. I did some work on that, even at the old apartment, but luckily got those plaques and feeling good, man.
Straight up, man. So, plaques on the wall from out of an apartment, man, before you had to make the big studio that you got right now. You know, just talk about the grinding in the apartment, the studio and the apartment. I know you was getting on your girlfriend nerves, man. So just talk about the process, dog.
Yeah, I was definitely ready to get out of there when I was wrapping things up, man. Like you said, a lot of traffic. Living with my girl.
How long were you in the apartment for doing the studio?
So I moved into that apartment when I graduated LSU. Obviously, I was doing my thing at LSU. Even in the dorm and the apartments on campus, and then moved out once I graduated. Moved in there, 2-bedroom apartment, doing it full time out of there, and probably 2.5 years, and then really just like you said, had to make the jump. Felt that it was time to step out, grow. Like you said, it was getting a little too close for comfort. A lot of people in and out, bigger artists and stuff. So it was time to definitely make that move.
Definitely, and So just talk about some of the songs that you made throughout there, man. Some that, you know, just really stick out to you in the memory and whatnot.
Yeah, we were talking about lately with Hardaway. I just think that's a cool story that it was in, you know, an old 2-bedroom apartment in the closet. So got my placement there. Did some work with OB&J. Did a lot of work with artists in New Orleans. Man, just a lot of foundation, really. Like I said, a lot of foundation with the artists that I'm still working with today. All those early years, almost that 10,000 hours that you would put in was all done there. So that'll always be important to me. And like I said, I think it's just cool that most of that foundation was built and not a nice studio. It was all organic and people that really fuck with me for a reason. You know?
Right. It definitely shows like the passion and the get to behind it. So, you know, you're originally not from Baton Rouge, right?
That's right. Yep.
Where you from?
I'm from Gulf Shores, Alabama. If you know, it's like close to Orange Beach, Gulf Shores area, on the Gulf Coast, beaches. Not born and raised, but grew up basically my whole life over there, and always LSU fans, always Louisiana people. My parents are both Louisiana people. Always wanted to be at LSU. My parents both met at LSU, but you know, I'm kind of an outsider for sure. Trying to like get engulfed in the culture kind of when I first came out here. That was a whole process, but definitely feel like I'm getting more accustomed now, and like I love Baton Rouge, love New Orleans area.
Right.
Sure.
So how hard was it, you know, for you to, you know, just to come down here and make a name for yourself?
And I'm sweating when I smoke. If you see me wipe my shit. You said how hard was it to
make a name for yourself, to establish yourself?
Just one step at a time, man. I always tell people just one step at a time. Same with the studio. Say, how do you get all this equipment, man? Just one step at a time, getting speakers ready, getting this ready, getting this. One building block at a time. When I came out here, I was really big in DJing. When I'm from Gulf Shores, Alabama, there's not a huge hip-hop culture. So EDM, DJing shows, house music, dubstep, stuff like that's really big. I always was more heavy on the hip hop, obviously, but I had to kind of make my way there. So DJ'd a lot when I came here. I played a lot of clubs, man, Reggie's, Tigerland, you know.
Getting your feet wet.
City bar, stuff, yeah, exactly. Getting my name out there. Hey, man, I do this, I do hip hop, I do shows, anything to get my name in the door. So doing that, and then obviously making beats in the meantime, and man, I made beats, but I wanted to find a way to get closer to the artist and kind of kick out the middleman in a way. So started engineering, wanted to be able to make tracks like from start to finish. And like I said, one step at a time, and now I'm kind of here.
Straight up. So, you know, you're at this point in your life right now, man. I see you be making some statements sometimes on the gram where you talk about people that feel like they're entitled to skipping a process.
Right.
You know, did that make you feel some type of way? You know, when people just hit you up and be like, hey Swag, send this artist this beat,
Right.
you know, how you feel about that?
And you know, it's different for the homies that been around and been able to build with me, or I would never say that about anybody that has been in the trenches with me or been here making beats with me or seen me since Gulf Shores, you know, me having the passion for this shit and sticking with it. But people I might have met just off first go, or maybe they see me on Instagram or see who I'm working with, boom, he's working with him. Oh, let me try sending him, and maybe he can give me some beats, or hey, hit up this artist and let him know if he can get a discounted feature. I've tried hitting him up, but he gives me this price, or he doesn't hit me back, because I've worked a long way to facilitate these relationships with these artists, and they take me seriously because I won't give them just anybody, or I won't give them just any beat or anything like that, or any mixing or anything like that that's subpar. So for me to put my name on it, I just want it to be organic, people I actually fuck with, people that have made money with me or maybe put me in positions to make money. So that's important with me, just kind of putting your skin in the game, just like I had to, where it's dozens of Instagram messages to artists at a time, or persistence over the years, or proving myself, or maybe them not fucking with me when I first hit them up, but they see me doing my thing with this artist that they fuck with, so now they kind of feel left out. So that's a big part of the game too, is just showing people what you're worth, I feel like.
Definitely, man. And I noticed you mentioned, you know, being organic. Even me myself, I tried to, you know, force stuff sometimes by reaching people out, but it never seems to go the way I wanted to. But those organic relationships, they really pay back, like, you know, greatly as far as the reward that you get, you know, just from building organic relationships. Have you ever been in a position to where you've tried to, like, you know, force feed a relationship and shit ain't work out?
It's crazy you say that, and I don't even really talk about this, but and I wouldn't even really say the artist, but there's times where I wanted to get my favorite artist on the track. My favorite artist at the time, someone it wasn't the biggest artist in the world. My dog Seti Hendricks, out of Jacksonville, Florida, real popping right now, one of my favorite artists. Worked for months and months, sent his management beats, talked about prices for features, this and that, trying to get a track together. And not to throw any prices out there, but we had agreed on a hefty amount and was ready to pull the trigger. It turns out 2 months later, one of my friends was working, doing visuals and sound on the Moon Boy tour with Young Blue, and Seti's the opener. And of course, my friend gets me in Houston. We got backstage and everything. I meet meet Young Blue, his whole team, meet Seti. Turns out a couple days we set up a studio session, and me and him get a couple tracks in.
Right.
I don't know if they ever put the pieces together, but end up getting a couple tracks with them, do a feature for someone else with them. And like I said, that's one of my favorite artists, and that was just a great opportunity where that exact thing kind of happened.
Manifestation, man. That is real, for real, dog.
It's wild.
So, you know, you out here in Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge ain't the most safest city, man. Do you ever have any worries or concerns about, you know, some of the artists that are coming in and out the studios?
You know, I try to work with people that I feel like aren't too out of control, first and foremost, or have control of their situation, or know that there's things to be lost, or, you know, prices to be paid for certain stuff. But other than, you know, getting too involved with artists, I just try to stay out of the way. Obviously, most of the time I try to act as a citizen as much as I can, do my work, play my role, get in, get out, and not make it too personal about anything like that. Obviously, I don't want to put myself, and obviously when I was in the apartment, it was a whole different situation, putting myself in a bad position, with my family in a bad position. But yeah, man, just going with my heart, what my heart tells me. There's been a couple situations where I'd had to you know, fall back a little bit, but just trying to use my gut, work with people that I feel like have talent but aren't too out of control.
Right.
Know how to balance it, know that they have something to lose. That's about it.
Right. How was it when your parents found out that, you know, you wanted to be a producer?
Yeah, you know, I've always like fucked around on the computer and the keyboard kind of since I was younger. On the laptop or on the family computer, making music or something like that. And obviously I went to LSU, and like I said, I came from kind of a different city.
What were you going to school for?
Broadcast communication. I was on the radio a little bit at LSU.
Okay.
Broadcast communications, ended up graduating from communication studies at LSU. Always dabbled in music, DJ, and stuff like that. My parents knew I was, well, at least they thought I was never really taking school 100%.
How were your grades?
My grades are pretty good. I wasn't never a bad student.
Okay.
College is tough, and you know how college is. You fuck off some classes and shit like that. But I was always a good student. But obviously, like any parent, they want, okay, I'm in broadcasts. I was on radio and did emceeing and morning announcements in high school and stuff like that. So they do radio. My dad did radio back in the day. He was on KLSU. Own a radio station, go into TV, sports broadcasts. You know, parents want something secure. And move into a different community like Baton Rouge and picking up music full-handedly is kind of a different experience, especially when you're there for college. Right. Not every parent wants to hear that. But now proving myself, open the studio. Not that I had to prove anything to my parents, but them seeing just the accolades of the plaques was a big thing.
What does that mean to you? That, you know, that you're finding success in what you're doing?
I try not to get too caught up on it because, like, I don't want to get complacent, obviously. I want this whole place filled with plaques. I got a whole wall right there that needs plaques. But definitely good for the studio. I'm proud of it for the studio most of all. Like, people walk in here, they feel inspired. Okay, this is a place that's been in that position before. You know what I mean? That's not too far away. Like, someone's made hits in here. We've made plaques in here. You know what I mean? I know what to do. Like, I can guide you. Not that I know everything, but we know how to do it here. You know what I mean? So that's good for the studio, solidifying me as an engineer, which I feel like is a big product. And then just being able to open the door for other people and see that we work with people. I can put people that need to be in the position, maybe in the position or closer.
Okay. So definitely sound like you know what you're doing, man, that you're headed in the right direction. What are some artists that you want to work with or that you're excited to be working with at this moment?
Obviously shout out to Seven Hardaway that, you know, helped us get in a position to get these plaques. Been doing a lot with TG Commas, True Bleeda more with the camp because they're a hanging product of Sticky K, Kaka, if you're familiar, and ATG and them that are from here, Baton Rouge. That whole clique I love working with. I've done work with Lil Papa recently. Like I said, Seti Hendrix. I'm trying to think back on credits too now, but just a lot of people popping. Sherwood Marty, Percy Keith, I've done something with recently.
You got a catalog on you, man.
A catalog, like I said, I've worked with Rob 49 recently, and but not trying to think about it too much, man. Trying to really get production out too. I engineer a lot of people. BB, AJ, so many people recently. Sherwood Marty, Sean Thang, Hobbo and Nook, all them. But I'm trying to get these production credits up. I need like some beat placements. I'm trying to get my production. I think I'm getting more established as an engineer, but I want to get more established as a beat maker where people come to me for hits. I don't have to be engineering all day. I can start making hits with people, making songs, making beats. And I already do that, but it's time to get that more at the forefront.
Right. Definitely. And, you know, you're becoming very seasoned in the game, the rap game, production game, the engineering game. What's some tips that you would give to someone that's, you know, on the come up or that wants to do some of the same things that you're doing?
Let's see. Yeah, beat makers. I always tell beat makers, get familiar with track and vocals. Get familiar with engineering your friends, or even if you're not mixing and mastering the final product, you can send those stems to a studio or someone like me and get something sounding on a better quality. Like, if you were going to be sitting around and making beats, the way I put myself in any position, any big song I've gotten or any song I've recorded with a big artist has been in the studio with them. I've recorded them. I've mixed and mastered it. I don't get too many songs. When I say I don't get too many songs, I don't get any songs where it's like, oh, big artist just texted me the song that he did in the studio on my beat. It does not happen for me. Happens for a lot of people. Doesn't happen for me. I had to get people in here. I'm gonna pitch and beats and say, oh, I fuck with that. Put that on right now. Load that up right now. That's just how I make my opportunities. I had that. That's why I got into engineering. I had to make my own opportunities happen. So that was my biggest asset as a beat maker, was being the best engineer. and not just getting somebody a terrible mix, but really being able to do everything.
Right. And your initial thing that you wanted to do wasn't to be an engineer,
No.
correct?
No.
But it's something you had to do.
And I always wanted to own a studio. I didn't really know what that entitled. I didn't know you had to mix people every day in high school whenever I said that. But that's what's paved every opportunity for me.
Right.
Is not how many people you think hit Rob or B Fresh's or Nino's DMs and I got beats for you, bro. I got these beats. Your beats. They probably got hundreds of beats in their email. How many people are saying, yo, I got a full functional great studio in Baton Rouge. First 2 hours free on me. I got beats for you too if you want them. I'd rather our first time, and this is back to the value thing, I'd rather an artist come in here and they pick 2 YouTube beats or already have beats from their producer and do those and make them sound great, and now they just fuck with the studio. They're going to be back every week. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I start playing a beat whenever they're here. That's you? Who's that? Yeah, that's me. Play another one. Boom. Yeah, that's me.
That's
Man,
smart.
I didn't even know you had beats. Because it's not about that for me right now. It's about you loving this space, you trusting me. Man, whatever Swiger says, that's it. You know what I mean? If he says I need to come louder, if he says, no, let's try something else, I trust Swiger, you know what I mean? So whenever I start playing beats like, you sound good on this. Whatever Swiger says, his beat, hell yeah, fuck, you know what I mean? That's where the essence of my relationships come from.
But man, now that's some good advice for real, dog. Because a lot of people try to skip steps, and a lot of people just don't have that 1-2 or that that willpower to do stuff that they initially didn't set out to do.
Right.
But man, that's a lot of good information that you're dishing out, dog. For sure, man. You have anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, shit. I just appreciate everybody fucking with me so far. I know I'm trying to get my name more to the light, but like I said, mixing, mastering, engineering. If you need a studio, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, any surrounding area, and follow me on Instagram. Man, I got beat website on there. Production, beats, mix and mastering. If you need a studio, vocals, I got you. I'm your man.
Straight up, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, sure. Appreciate you.